Hello and welcome back to the Common Hour. My name is Darius, and I'm the founder and CEO of Commonlands. This is your first time here. Welcome to the community. Today I'm going to be going over this certificate system on Commonlands. And this is really where, as they say, the rubber meets the road, because everything that you've seen about Commonlands, about creating the claim chain, creating identities, and all of that, that's all leading up to the certificate system, because the certificate system is how you can prove all of the traits about yourself, your community connections, and your claim to a plot of land with anyone in the world. And the certificate system is what allows people to trust the data that Commonlands is presenting or that are captured in the certificates without having to trust Commonlands, in the sense that these certificates are PDF documents that are secured by a decentralized blockchain, and you can verify the authenticity of the certificate, and you can check for yourself on the blockchain when this certificate was posted. And so what that means is once the certificate is issued, it's impossible to fake information on that certificate without getting caught. And that's the key. We can't prevent people from trying to fake and participate in fraud, but what we can do is we can put a barrier in place for them so that anyone that is trying to enter into an agreement or do business with someone that's on the Commonland system will be able to verify the certificate and check for themselves whether or not this person is who they say they are and is free to enter into an agreement as they claim. So right now, what I'd like to do is just kind of walk you through on our test system, what it looks like, how users get their certificates, what they can do with their certificates, and what a verification process looks like for anyone in the world, so you can see it for yourself. Um, Let me share my screen here. Give me a second. All right. All right. So you can see my screen here. This is our Android app. As you can see, I'm already signed in to the system. And so let's just explore. You can see that some claim chains have been formed. This is because it's a test app. We only require 7 connected plots in order to complete a claim chain. Otherwise, you can imagine how difficult it would be for us to test the system. But I've created a little claim chain right here. And so we can go in and we can click on a plot, and you can see it says certificate drafted. And that shows us that the claim chain is complete. Now, if the user that's part of this claim chain logs into their account, like I've done here, and they go to their profile and click on my certificate, what you'll see is right now, the system is creating a certificate for their plot ID ZHU072. Now, that certificate that you just saw was not on the blockchain right before the user or I just went in to go draft it. Okay. When I clicked on view certificate, it went and um, it automatically posted the PDF document. It issued the PDF document with all of the data, and it pushed it on the blockchain, and then it generated the PDF for me. Sorry, my system logged me out of Zoom, so I'm going to log back in. But when you saw that happening, the 20 seconds it took, that was how long it took to generate the PDF and issue it on the blockchain and then give it to me. That's how fast it works. Um, very quickly. Let me go ahead and log back in here. I apologize for this. So, all right. Share screen. Okay. Let's go back to Commonlands. All right. So we can go back in to the profile as soon as it logs me in here. And then we'll see that certificate. So let's go in here again. Loading certificate. So you see this time it loaded it immediately. It didn't need to generate it. And that's the difference. So before, what you saw was the issuing on the blockchain. Now what you see is the actual document that's already on the blockchain. And so let's look at a Commonlands certificate. So the first thing you'll see is that it says the date that it was issued. So today I'm recording this October 29th. You see it has a picture of my face. And this is the picture that was taken when I created the account. It shows my verified phone number, that I'm the owner of plot ZHU072. It gives us the plot ID, and it says that it's held free and clear, verified by one other claimant and 3 neighbors, and disputed by nobody. Okay. So this shows it's held free and clear. Now, this is my document. Okay. If someone goes on the public map, they would go to this plot and they wouldn't be able to see my information. But now that I have logged in and created this, I can then share this with anyone that wants to verify that that's my plot. And I can do this many ways. One way, look, right now, I can just zoom in here and I can take a screenshot of the QR code. Okay, so that's one way. Just take a screenshot of the QR code, send that to someone. I can actually share this, if you look down on the bottom right, document with anyone via WhatsApp. Here it shows Skype or text message. Or I can also download this. So let's just download it right now. So it's downloading the PDF file. And now, if this was my phone, I would have this saved on my phone. I wouldn't have to log in, and I could still share it like that. The other thing I could do, since this is a PDF document, is I could just print this out and actually hold it on a piece of paper and carry it with me wherever I go, and or put it in a safe place. And then whenever someone requests it, I can just give them that piece of paper. So for people that have no access to technology, which I haven't seen that yet, but just in case they prefer paper, they can even do that, because all that matters here is that whoever you share this document with has a clear view of this QR code, because this QR code is how we verify the document. Okay. So let's log out here of this account. Okay. And I'm going to log in to a different account. Give it a second. Okay. Okay. So now I've just logged into an account. So anyone can go on the Commonlands app and they can create an account and it gives them access to our verifier. Okay. So this is not something that you need special permission or anything to do. This is just part of the system. And then you see down here. So I believe this was the plot. Let's check. No. Was it this one? It was ZHU072, I think. So right here, we can see that this is the plot. And now we're saying, okay, let's verify this person. So I press the plus here, and you can see it says verify certificate. I click verify certificate. So if I had the document, I could just verify it by scanning the QR code, but we took a screenshot. So let's say someone sent us that screenshot. So right here, someone sent it the screenshot. Look at that, valid. It says that this document that we see here has been validated. That's what that green check mark is. And so we can look at this document and we can make sure that it matches with what we've been given if we've been given the full document. But we then can verify, okay, this is the face. So whoever you're dealing with, does that match? Does the name match? Does the phone number match the phone number that you are able to verify with that person? And if all of that matches, you can then go to the map and you can go to this plot ZHU072 and you'll know with certainty that I am the owner. Okay. Now, what happens when we try? So we're back at the verifier. So let's say that I fake a certificate. Okay. Am I am giving someone a certificate that looks legitimate, but it has a fake QR code on it, and someone goes to verify it. What happens there? So I have a fake QR code in here. Let me choose from photos. Okay. These are fake QR codes. Now, someone shared this with me and I put it in. Look what happens. You just saw that QR code look like a Commonlands QR code, right? And it says it's not valid. So if someone presented you a document that looked legitimate, it had all the right information on it, and then you scanned it and you got this, you know that you can't trust that person. Okay. Now let's go do something else. So we agreed that this was the plot, right? ZHU072, it's free and clear. Watch what happens now. I'm going to create a dispute here. Okay. All right. So this was our plot that we had in question, ZHU072. It says ownership dispute. Okay. Because we just created that dispute. Now, the certificate we were given, when it was issued, it said free and clear. So it was before this dispute happened. And it doesn't matter the timing. We just did this now, but it could be over months. It could be even years. It doesn't matter. If we then try to verify the exact same certificate that had just verified and it showed it was valid, watch what happens. So again, we have not issued the newest certificate. You saw me do everything. I'm going to press plus, verify certificate, and I'm going to go to the exact same file that we had just done. And watch, it says superseded. We are fetching the latest certificate, and this process may take some time. So you can see it shows the free and clear certificate that we actually had access to, and now it's telling us that there's a new document, a newer document. So let's view the most current certificate first, just to verify. See, it says free and clear. Let's click on the most current document. Notice anything? Ownership dispute. So this is how you can then verify the current status of anyone on the Commonlands system. As long as you have access to their certificate, you can scan it and verify it on our system. And if it's been superseded, you will be able to see it here. This same system works if they've been locked into a contract, if they are in default, if they connect with newer, more people, anything, if in the future, if their credit score increases, all of that stuff, you'll have access to the most current thing as long as you have access to their certificate. Without the certificate, there's no way for you to verify anything. With the certificate, not only can you verify initially, but it's good as long as you have access to the certificate. So let me log out here. So that is Web3 on Commonlands. What I have not showed you yet that is coming is the actual blockchain verifier. So this is the test net. At the bottom of every certificate, it's not on there yet, but just explaining to you how then you can verify this for yourself in the future. And as soon as this is on the certificates, I'm going to share it with you. But at the bottom of every certificate will be a transaction ID. Okay. The transaction ID is the transaction on the Cardano blockchain where we publish the hash of the PDF document. If you don't know what this means, don't worry about it. For those that do know what it means, I'm explaining how you can verify it for yourself. If you don't know what it means, then chances are you're not that interested in the blockchain piece of Commonlands, but there's still value there for you. Just know that there is this extra security. And so what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to take that PDF document. If someone shares it with you, when you verify it, you'll also get the hash. Okay. If you have the hash and then on the certificate itself, it has the transaction ID, you can go to a blockchain explorer. You can type in the transaction ID, and then you can verify that the hash associated with that transaction is the same hash that we've provided you once you've verified the certificate. And that's how you can verify on the blockchain without trusting Commonlands the validity of a certificate. So how is this going to be used? Okay, this is the important thing. Commonlands, we talk about, foundational economic identities, secure rights to land. We talk about financial independence, financial inclusion. We talk about invisible people, all of this stuff. Everything you just saw with all of the knowledge you have about our system is how all of this comes together. Because now imagine that we exist, we're a lender, and we're trying to approach this region, and we go on the Commonlands map and we say, oh, okay, there are 1,000 people that have registered here and have access to Commonlands certificates. They've all cross-verified, and it seems like there's a very, very low default rate. And as we move forward in Commonlands, we're actually going to be giving scores to claim chains as a whole, which is the sum of kind of the creditworthiness of all of the participants, so that lenders can make decisions on where they want to deploy capital, especially lenders that are comfortable doing remote lending utilizing the Commonlands system. So what this does then is it informs them where they should think about deploying capital. Then they can solicit applications for loans, right? In our case, now, our first loan partner is Nile Microfinance. We have 3 claim chains in the Amoga region. Nile doesn't know the people that are part of these claim chains. They have no contact with them. But now, what they're doing through our implementation partner and the village savings and loan associations there, they're announcing to the community. We're doing this as I'm recording this. They're announcing to the community, hey, we have a 100 million shilling fund available exclusively to Commonlands certificate holders. So the first thing that does is it's a hint to people that are not participating in Commonlands that it might be a good idea to participate if you want to have access to these funds. Keep in mind, these populations have no access to outside finance. So I'm told. What they can do then is apply however the application process is. It can be an online, it can be in person, they can actually travel to an office, they can apply through somebody else, doesn't require them to be there. And the first thing that the partner will do, the lending partner, or even if Commonlands is doing the lending ourselves, the first thing that they'll do is they will request a Commonlands certificate. Tell us who you are. And so they will send you that certificate. Remember that they can send it any way they want. They can come in person with the document printed. They can send it via WhatsApp. If they send it via WhatsApp, for example, you're verifying not only that they have access to the phone number that's on the certificate, so you don't need to check that later, but then you can go ahead and transfer it remotely. But no matter how the credit partner gets access, they then take that and they scan it on the Commonlands app and they do the verification. Once they verify that this person is who they say they are, and they can go on the map and study the amount of credibility that this person has through all the different connections. Because just because you have a Commonlands certificate doesn't mean you're on the same footing as everyone else. And we're building this ranking. It's called Claim Rank. We're building this into the system, and we're about to release it. But just because you're a certificate holder doesn't mean that everyone is treated equal. The more connections you have on the system and the more people that have verified you, the higher the likelihood that you are a trusted member of the community. If you come in and you only have one connection, obviously that's not as trustworthy as someone that has 20 connections on the system. But that's up to the lender to decide, and we're going to give them tools to be able to gauge who has a more trustworthy claim or not. But then once all of that's been verified, that can be done very, very quickly. You saw how fast the verification works. So as soon as you have access to the certificate, you verify nearly instantly all of the information. And then it's up to you how far you want to take that. Once you're far enough along in your due diligence and you're in agreement with the claimant on the terms of a loan, you can then create a contract on the Commonlands system, and that will be coming up in another video. What you're doing then by creating that contract is you're creating an area on Commonlands where the holder of that certificate can attach it to this contract. Okay, so you create the contract, they attach their certificate, and you write the terms of the contract or the loan in this system, or you link to outside verification of the actual loan document. I'll be going over this in the coming weeks with you. But the important piece here for the Commonlands certificate is then once they issue the loan and they lock your certificate, you no longer have access to your certificate to lock into any other contracts. You still have access to your certificate, but now anyone you share your certificate with can see that you're locked into a contract. They won't see the details of the contract, but you see then how powerful this system becomes. and how quickly it forms, all of the trust in the system. And it doesn't require hook in from existing systems. All it requires is a phone, which everyone has access to. In the developing world, Android is the go to. And so everyone has access to an Android device. Even if you don't own one yourself, you have access. So anyone can use this system. And then you can leverage the technology to verify and secure your contracts. We're going to be doing some amazing things here soon. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting things coming. I'm sharing this now because the 3 claim chains in Omugo now have access to their certificates. So we have over 500 people. I think actually we issued about 1,000 certificates, but all of those people now have access to these PDF documents that I just showed you that can verify them and place them. And in the next month, they will start applying for loans from the Omugo Impact Fund using their Commonlands certificates. All of this came together in about 8 weeks. Think about that. 8 weeks, a community, thousands of people have verified and cross-referenced each other's identities and their plots of land. And now they're about to utilize that information and those documents using the blockchain. And these people have, not even all of them have feature phones. And that is going to be the way that they access outside capital. This is Web3 at work. This is how blockchain technology banks the unbanked. We're literally banking the unbanked this month using this technology. So I don't want to say we're setting the standard, but we are leading the charge here with what we can do with this technology. If this is at all remotely interesting to you, I encourage you, please reach out to me. Let's spread the word. I have many people and many different countries interested in bringing Commonlands to their populations. If you know people or organizations, government agencies, anything, please share this work. If you have a community yourself that you work in, if you're part of an NGO, please share this work with your organization. And if you live in a community and you're on LinkedIn, first of all, congratulations. But if you can use this system yourself, reach out, connect with me on LinkedIn. We're growing very fast and we're building a large community around this new system. This is foundational infrastructure for emerging markets. And come join us. For now, though, this is Darius signing off.